I'm playing the sleeper race. The reason I'm playing the sleeper race is because today I'm going to be showing you a bunch of cars in the Crew 2 that I would consider severely underrated. Cars that I don't think get the love they deserve. Now, some of the cars I'm going to talk about will get love in certain sections of the game. I definitely know for one of the last ones, probably the thumbnail car. You know, they're cars that people do like, but only people in a specific sort of genre, and I'm going to be giving specific reasons why these cars are underrated in the mass audience of the Crew 2. And the first car on that list is the Aston Martin Vanquish. Oh, wow, okay. See, because the thing about the Aston Martin Vanquish is that this is the real first starter car. Because the Aston Martin Vanquish is a car that you can get for completely free. All you have to do is like, what, 1 or 2 trophies worth of gameplay on the Crew 2. And as soon as you've done that, you get Ubisoft Uplay points with your Ubisoft account. I'll show you in a minute where to unlock this, you know? But you get points through your Ubisoft account. With those points, you can buy things in games. It's just a thing Ubisoft does to entice people to play more Ubisoft games. And because of that, you can buy this thing, the Aston Martin Vanquish, for completely free. This car was even in my free cars guide. Link to that will be in the description. It is miles better than the Audi TT, the Mustang, and the Mazda MX-5. Out of those three, the Audi TT is definitely the best starter car, but really, the Aston Martin Vanquish is the best starter car. Here we go. Now I'm at the end of this race. I'll give you a little show. Oh, almost did a little 360 there, but it's not even a bad looking car either. I think this thing looks pretty drip, you know. As far as I'm not exactly an Aston Martin fanboy. As far as my opinion on Aston Martin goes, you know how every car company has that one front design, headlights and a vent? I feel like Aston Martin's really hasn't aged for the newer cars. I think this looks great. I think this looks better than most of Aston Martin's new stuff. But if you just go into here, go to News, the main page, and right below there, you can barely see it, is the Vanquish under Ubisoft Connect. And it will load you in to this menu where is your Uplay account. You can see mine here, SidWaj, I've already got it, I've got 8 Uplay points, and right here is rewards. When you click rewards, you can even get a bit of free crew credits. Free crew credits just by logging on to Uplay. There's an exclusive outfit, an exclusive helmet, the main theme soundtrack, which I don't even know where you'd use that, a fan kit, don't know what that is, but yes, right here behind me is the Aston Martin, which I've already bought, legendary. I don't know how much this is. If anyone in chat remembers, could you tell me? There you go, the Aston Martin Vanquish. It's a pretty good car, all things considered. I mean, of course, unlike a lot of the first 3 starter cars, it doesn't have amazing customization. You know, it's only got 2 hoods. It's got 8 front bumpers, but not a lot changes. As you can see, it's one of the cars that really doesn't give you a lot to work with as far as customization goes. But I will definitely say it is the true best starter car. I'm hearing 40 Ubisoft points. Allegedly 40 points. That's how much it is. On to the next one. Now, for this one, I'm gonna have a harder time justifying myself. Because really, one of the only reasons I like this thing is because of how it looks. This car, if you know, choose to believe me or not, this is a crew-made car. The Crew 2 designed this. They made this car. And I think it just looks so sick. It has so much put into it. I love its design. Like, it's a rally-rated Mustang that just looks really cool. It looks like a proper rally raid car, you know? It's not just like the Ram or something that is just, you know, a Ram in a rally raid. It's not like the GTO or the Miata that is just a taller GTO or Miata. It's actually a rally raid car that's had some thought put into it. It's really fun to drive. Like, the bouncy suspension, but it's not good is the issue, right? Like, it's, if you want the best rally raid car, well, this isn't the car you'd want to go for. For something like that, go for the Ford F-150 Raptor Enforcer unit. That's the best car in rally raid. But this, on the other hand, although it's not the best car in rally raid, I just love driving it around. I used it for some stories where you had to go off-road a lot. I love the way it bounces. I love its design. It's just all around. Again, I can't really justify it. You're just gonna have to hear me out. You know what? Down there in the comments, Put what cars you think are the most underrated cars in the Crew 2. Put the cars that you enjoy. Put a car that you enjoy solely because of how it looks and how it feels. Put a car that you think is actually underrated because people don't use it enough. And, you know, put whatever other cars for whatever other reasons. And one of the reasons for this thing is that I just love how it looks. It really is fun to me. Not done this race in so long. It's a fine race, you know. It's nice to be able to drive in the desert, I suppose. Oh, it bounces? Exactly. Like, look at how, like, there's not a lot of cars with suspension like this in the game, right? Like, this thing is an experience to drive. I love it. Like, look at this. I'm a rally raid. Look, I'm a real racer, chat. I'm a rally raid. Look, I'm rally raiding, chat. Oh, done. The Mustang throwing it back. It really is. Oh, the way it hits the ground, boys. Oh, and this livery. You know what? I'm going to show whoever made this livery after. The props to this livery creator. It is an impeccably good livery. If you're going to use it with this livery. Or use it with whatever livery. I don't know. I can't force you. There she is. She's a fun one. Again, I can't really justify it because it's not exactly the best in anything. It's just a really fun cruiser. It's a really fun rally raid car. Like, look at that. Did you see the way it stopped? It was basically like... Ah, it was so cool. Whoa. Okay, yeah, it's the top livery. Created by... Loading ... My favorite livery creator. 2,900 downloads. It's right at the top. Show this guy some love. It's refusing to load right now. But this livery right here, it's the top one. It's amazing. Buy this car, drive it with this livery, or don't. I can't force you. I'm not your father. I know that's surprising to hear. Next car. Next is a JDM classic. I know what you're thinking, right? See, it's a JDM car. No JDM car is underrated. If anything, they're largely overrated. But specifically, I think the Honda S2000 is underrated in the Crew 2 because it's actually one of the better cars in the game. Now, if you're a sweat watching this video, if you're a really talented player watching this video, you'll also think, Sid, this thing is not underrated. Because sweats use this thing a lot, you know. Like, it's actually one of the better cars in... If you used a clutch, wheel, etc., it's impeccably good. But even as a car as it is, it's a really good car for sweating. So if you want to stick to JDM roots, which I know, you know your audience, chat, right? You guys like JDM. And if you want a JDM car that is also a really good car for racing, the Honda S2000 is your bet, right? Again, the Gallardo is better. The R8 is better. But as far as good cars in Street go, it's definitely up there. And you can see I've even thrown it into Flashback Japan. Really tugging at the heartstrings right now, chat. Of every 14-year-old Donut Media subscriber whose brother owns like a hatchback in chat and in the video. A very specific stereotype to claim my audience as, really. And it's probably the car you were here for, you know. I honestly... genuinely really underrated as a performance car, you know. I don't care that it's JDM. I don't care that there's hype about it. I don't care that it's iconic. Just as a really impeccably good to use car, it is a good one, yes. And the customization don't hurt either, you know. It's very good customization-wise. Like, as you can see, it's actually got a lot of customization, as a lot of the JDM cars in the Crew 2 do. I think the Crew 2 really doesn't get enough love for just how much they let you race the JDM cars. You know, it's really overlooked. I always say the customization in the Crew 2 is really good. Really. And you know what? For the last one, after the S2000, how could I top this? Well, I'll give you an underrated hypercar. So let's go into that. You're gonna call me crazy, but the Nissan Hypercar, I love it. I don't know what it is, right? I used it in PvP for a while. It's just so goofy looking, yet still so good. Like, I don't know how expensive it is. I don't know if it's really expensive, but it's just, oh, ow. Well, I guess we're back in the map. Whoa! Huh. And it's a good handling car. Like, obviously, it's really wide, right? The Crew 2 works on a wide basis. The wider the car, the better it handles. And this thing is wide enough that it handles pretty good, as you can see there. It's got, I don't know if it's got amazing nitro power. That might be one of the things that holds it back. And it's not good for customization, obviously, right? Like, it's a very iconic, not iconic car, but it's like a race car, right? So Nissan haven't actually let them customize it at all. The fact we got it in the game is nice, and it's one of those cars that has less vanities, though, is the issue, you know. It's got some downsides, but as a hypercar, you can see I'm zipping around in it. I really am zipping around in it. It's pretty fun, all things considered. And I didn't realize this until my chat brought this up. It is a JDM hypercar. I didn't even realize. Is it the only JDM hypercar? What are the hypercar Japanese brands are there? What, like... I can't think of a single one. Chat, is there any JDM hypercars? Should be a track car? Yeah, but it's the same with, like, the Strassen version, right? Like, it's like the Strassen version. It should be probably a touring car, but I think stuff like this, the Strassen version, are way too high profile, right? Like, it's like the Bolide. The Bolide would make no sense in hypercar. I'm still kind of surprised they added the Koenigsegg. Right? Like, they're high-profile cars, and often too high-profile to be in the same spec as a Silverado touring car, right? You'd have a Bugatti and a Silverado in the same class, right? But, oh, this is the only JDM hypercar. Well, there you go. So, to all the JDM fans out there, you got a Topher, right? You got a Topher. You got this, which is JDM, and you got the Honda. But again, with this thing, it's not the best in hypercar. It isn't. The best is the Voiture Noir. Buy that. That's the best. This thing isn't the best, but it's still a fun, zippy car to use, and it's the only JDM hypercar. But its customization isn't amazing. Bear that in mind. But hey, if all you're looking for is something cool to zip around in, you got this thing, you got the Mustang, you got all the cars that are probably in the comment section right now. The true best starter car, which I might make a video on that thing on its own, because that's just a banging title. The real best starter car? Don't even get me started. But, that, and whatever other cars I talked about today. So, I'm talking to both stream and you guys watching right now. That's going to be about it from me. Thank you to popular members, especially thank you to famous members. I hope everyone in stream and everyone in the video has an amazing rest of your day. I'll see you boys in the next one. In a